tuning in again to Out of Bounds with the Ref. In this last part, we meet the members of Team Supreme and we learn what else Joshua is working on. He also has some words of wisdom for young people who aspire to be athletes. Plus, we hear firsthand how Team Supreme has been integral to the life of a mother and a son.
My main characters goes like this, and there's been a lot of changes. So originally, Dr. Jackson had all these kids adopted, so I can't speak on all the changes just yet. But Dr. Jackson is a scientist, so that's kind of the same. So originally he had powers. We took the powers away to focus on the kids. You know, we just want to focus on the kids. But my character in the wheelchair, his name is Mech. And Mech has spina bifida, and he is a beast at building things with his hands and just super smart. Next character right here is Lee. Lee is blind, and we're still developing some things with her, but she still has, I can't think of the word, but it's when you're blind or you're deaf, you're enhanced, your other senses get enhanced. My guy in the red right here, that's the main character, Zeke, who is on the autism spectrum. And Zeke is he has an extremely high intellect, and he can solve puzzles. So, a matter of fact, I just posted a clip on LinkedIn, on Instagram about 3 days ago of a kid who has autism, and he was flipping through one of those, I forgot what that, did it with one hand, just both of them, and he's like, done. It'll take me a month so stuff like that, man, is unbelievable to me. So this is Sweet Pea. My daughter named her, and this is almost my daughter. You know, she has sickle cell. Not my daughter, but this character has sickle cell, and her superpower is just the ability to love, and so she's kind of the heart and soft. She can break enemies down. And my favorite character is actually Thumper right here, who's deaf, and his superpower is, I think he feels like, I know we're still developing, but I think his is like, I know sight is one of them. He doesn't see through walls or anything. Like, we wanted it to be a little more believable. He's not Superman, but even when I was doing, getting information on, you know, people who are deaf, like I didn't know, and I worked with a guy, and he would come in, he was deaf, but he came in, whenever he came to work, he had like rap music playing really loud, and I was asking him, I was like, man, how can you hear? And he said he feels the, like the rhythms and the beats, and I just thought that was so dope. So yeah, Thumper's superpowers, I know, like, is touch as well, something like that. But yeah, this is just the core group. So I have a whole ton. I got kids with asthma, and all of these kids are gonna have superpower, you know, diabetes. We're gonna have all different looks, you know, heavier kids, heavier people, grown-ups with bipolar disorder, you know, so I have a ton of ideas. So
he recently announced that he's a concept artist at SUNY Immersive Studios. He also is a character designer for Netflix and Nickelodeon.
So I'm working with Nickelodeon on another new development that I can't give the name, but I do character design for them. So this is actually my second time doing character designs for Nickelodeon, so I'm super excited, super thankful, super grateful, because they could have went with anybody. And for me to get these opportunities is super humbling, and I'm really grateful for that.
Here's his advice for young aspiring athletes.
If you're an athlete, you gotta have a backup plan, just because you never know when injuries will occur. So you still wanna just have a backup plan in the long run. You know, play your sports, but learn how to play this violin as well, you know. Because in the end, you'll always be able to make money with your hands and your brain. So as far as a little bit of inspiration and motivation, start networking early. Social media, man, You know, stop taking pictures with your middle fingers up and drinks in your hand. You know, you gotta, everything that you put on social media is saved, and these managers will look at that. So you gotta run your social media like a business. And I think that's why I'm getting the positive, you know, Nickelodeon, Disney tours and all this other stuff. I think they see that I carry myself like a business, like it's serious. Like this, Joshua Leonard is the brand. Team Supreme is part of my brand. So this is just me carrying myself like a business. So this is my brand. It's just clean cut, you know. You'll never see me doing anything like that. So just keep your heads clean and don't post those pictures, you know, or tweets and stuff. So just keep it professional.
Since my interview with Joshua, he continues to inspire and motivate those on the autism spectrum and those with other disabilities. Excuse me, superpowers. Like this mother and son duo.
There was a Black artist sharing page on Facebook. So it was random, but it was right on time. But I'm an artist, and Joshua's an artist as well. So we would share our work on there, and we didn't know each other, but I did come across his post about Team Supreme, and I immediately fell in love with it. And the first thing I did when I saw it was I reached out to Joshua and I said, is it okay if I turn my son into the Zeke character as a cosplay? Because I just felt it. It just felt right. And I was face painting myself, but I had never face painted Jaden before, so that was our first official cosplay. And that was his favorite, and it will always be his favorite cosplay. He's turned into a lot of characters, but Zeke is a special one for sure.
J-Ho. What's up, man?
Joshua!
Surprise!
Man?
Thank you! I'm so happy to see you in real life.
J-Ho. It's nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Yeah. What y'all doing?
Well, it's the hotel and
Yeah.
we are playing on a video game.
We got you, Jay.
That is nice.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You had no idea.
I did not.
How did Joshua surprising Jaden come about?
He was we're in New Jersey and Joshua's in Atlanta. So we had been talking for a few years before that, just because him and Jaden and the Team Supreme and the cosplays, and we were like featured in a few articles and whatnot together. Because of the overwhelming love and support that we got for Jaden cosplaying as Zeke, and the story behind, you know, our autism journey and Team Supreme. And he was going to New Jersey for some kind of event. I think it was Novartis. And so we set it up where we would meet at the same hotel and surprise Jaden so that he could see him. He had no idea. It was awesome.
Yeah, I was so happy to see him and touch him. Well, awesome. And look handsome.
He wants to animate like Joshua one day. He wants to make video games and animate, so really awesome.
How do you feel about Team Supreme, Jaden?
Oh, JD.
I feel really, really awesome. I love Team Supreme so much. Who would not like it? Because it's pretty much my life. Team Supreme is pretty much my life, my opportunity, my freedom way when problems.
Aww.
It's the only path I'm gonna take. Straight to Team Supreme. No turn, no left, just straight. Something important than maybe a little.
You go, boy. That's great.
How do you feel when you dress up as Zeke?
I feel like I'm a superhero and I'm gonna save the world.
How did you feel when you were surprised by Joshua visiting you?
I got so many feelings when I saw him. I got Okay, one of the feelings were that I was really happy. Yeah, I feel like I was.
Oh, you about to cry?
Yeah, I'm crying.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Like the bond that him and Joshua have is amazing. He's a really important person in Jaden's life. Even though they only saw each other physically one time, they've created this bond, and he's been an important role in Jaden's development and his self-esteem and his confidence and how he sees himself and just having a friend in him. So we're really appreciative.
That's it for now for that interview, but please come back tonight for a Life in the Daylight special on autism awareness, featuring that interview. Making a difference in a young person's life does not end there. As a Miami Hurricanes fan, a few years ago, he created a rendering of the Canes mascot. Recently, he found out that a fellow young Canes fan has leukemia and has decided to sell shirts with that design on it to raise money for the boy's family. Purchase a shirt and follow the journey of Team Supreme and other work Joshua is doing. Follow him at I'm Joshua Leonard, the Team Supreme account at Team Supreme Cartoon, his animation studio at Leonard Studios, his nonprofit organization at Joshua Leonard Foundation. Since today is the last day that the world recognizes Autism Awareness Month, come back to my channel tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see more of my interview with Shakira and Jaden. It is one of my favorite interviews. I had so much fun. Please come back. Please come back. You will not be disappointed. That's it for now. And as always, be the daylight in someone else's life and enjoy the daylight in yours. If you know an athlete, amateur to professional, current or retired, or know of an athletic organization that you think should be featured on the show, please contact Out of Bounds with the Ref at lifeintheDaylightstudios.com.